How's it going, everybody? Robbie Ray here today, and we are back with our MLB The Show franchise mode. I'm not going to call it the Athletics franchise mode anymore. As you guys remember in the last one, we have decided that we are going to do whatever makes me happy, and that makes me happy that you guys even commented that. But what's going to make me happy is advancing to a different team and moving on, trying to build a contender that, you know, maybe will have some postseason success. My envision for this series was always to get to about the end of the 2030 season. And considering we were going to have 3 seasons with a new team, that's basically an entire another contract. So as long as we don't get fired from our next job before that contract is up, we have enough time left in this series. And I think it'd be fun to see how the Oakland Athletics do and what moves they make. We're going to keep a close eye on them, but we are definitely going to move on. We're going to sim to the offseason. And it's unfortunate because I wanted to stay with the Oakland Athletics. But oh snap, they decided they wanted to bring us back. And the team that I wanted is not here. I wanted to choose the San Diego Padres. I thought that would have been really cool. They had a really young, up and coming, interesting roster. But as you guys might have noticed, they won the World Series. So it's back to our Oakland Athletics. I'm just gonna keep the the job. I'm not going to go to the Mets. I'm not going to go to the Yankees, and I don't want to go to the Angels who are in our division. We're going to go, wow, we have gained so much in budget. Like the fact that we're only 60 million below like the Angels and the Yankees, that's ridiculous. But we are going to stick with the Oakland Athletics. That was not my plan. So apologies guys for kind of throwing you a curveball there at the start of this episode, but I am going to stick with the Oakland Athletics. We were fired. But I guess we're back. I guess with the Padres winning the World Series, it kind of made sense for them to not fire their general manager. So it's how quickly things can change. But I guess I should have given another go, one more reset, right? Because I didn't save at that other date. I guess I maybe should have. But anyway, we're gonna ignore that and potentially we'll never know what might have happened. But here we are with our exclusive free agent negotiations. Bobby Witt Jr. and Spencer Torkelson are potential free agents. Jazz Chisholm, I'm not going to bring him back. Straight up, I'm just not going to bring him back. He did bounce back really nicely in the second half of the season, but he's just not the guy I wanted second. You guys know who I wanted second. It's Michael Busch. You guys have even commented it's Michael Busch season, so let's go ahead and do it. But for starters, Bobby Witt Jr. wants, oh my goodness, a lot of money. The cheapest we get him is 1 year, obviously, but I don't want to do that. And then 15 years a bit ridiculous. I feel like 5 years is a good number for him. 4 years, 33.2. We'll see how he wants to do that. I'd love to keep Bobby Witt Jr. As you guys can see, we've had him for 4 seasons now, and he's really, really come on. Getting better every single season he's been with us. Home runs have always been in the mid-20s. Let's go check out his WAR and his runs created. This is a peak of a WAR. I mean, it's back-to-back amazing WAR seasons, and he topped 110 runs created. That is insane. Spencer Torkelson, who was injured this season, so we are betting on previous performance, but based on the way he was looking, he was ready for a breakout season, so we're going to make him an offer as well. I think a 3-year deal for a guy like this would make sense. I'm going to backload this, I think. 3-year deal, backloaded, kind of kick that can down the road. $20.5 million a year. He's going to be a star. If we give him a player option at the end of it, yeah, we'll give him a player option as well. So he really likes that. Let me not give him a player option. Give him 3 years there at the 20.7. That should be good. A little bit of an overpay, but you know, you can see now we've got 54 million in pending offers, which means a guy like Jazz Chisholm, JP Crawford, Jesus Sanchez are not going to be able to come back. But one trade I did want to make. I think he's out in left field. Nick Castellanos, he's making 14 million. And I'm not sure exactly what we can get for him, but I'd like to shed a bit of payroll there. I think Freddie Thompson, Verdugo, heck, even Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll's a fine 4th outfielder. And then if we can bring back Jesus Sanchez, that would be great. We also have Mac Denton, who can come up and do a job for us. So this is going to be a sticky situation. I'm kind of glad they did offer me the chance to come back and see what happens here. Bo Bichette making $20.6 million. I mean, he's a fantastic third baseman for us, even though he did drop off back-to-back 100-run created seasons. He lost a ton of power against lefties. He just got way worse against lefties. Maybe we can retool. We'll see. But one thing, like Anthony Santander, there he is. He's the guy we traded for Alex Verdugo. How has he done in Boston, honestly? He has been... Okay, so he's bounced back these past 2 seasons, but the season... I believe this is the season we traded him here. He was absolutely woeful. Didn't really bounce back very well the season after, and then finally regained his form 2 years later. So... I think, so Nick Castellanos, I kind of would like to just get a prospect. Castellanos is our DH, right? So if I can get somebody, prospect package, Castellanos for a closing pitcher, no thanks, Tigers. The Twins want to give us some C's. Some B 18-year-old right fielder from the Mariners. We shed literally $14 million worth. The catcher is really not worthwhile, but I think that's the best trade we've seen so far. Closing pitcher is not really interesting to me. I like the idea of 63 and 18. That's a pretty good overall. Now, of course, that could be low. Yeah, so who is it? It's the Twins, right? Yeah, no. It's not the Twins. It is the Mariners. So Seattle wants Nick Castellanos. Didn't they have Nick Castellanos? I feel like they had Nick Castellanos. I might have been thinking about... No, he went to... Okay, so he went from Philly to Atlanta. That's where he went. All right, but the Mariners would like Nick Castellanos, and we'll see if we can get somebody... for a very, very cheap deal. I mean, even a guy like Cody Whitley, $1.4 million for a pretty solid relief pitcher. How did he do? 1.46 ERA. Of course, he pitched 12 innings, so you can't really talk much there. But 8.03, he didn't really have a huge sample size. But I want to say it was a right fielder, 18-year-old B. They want a little bit more in this deal, so I will throw them a relief pitcher of my own, and there we go. All right, so Cody Whitley coming in for the bullpen, and so we're going to shed like $13 million in salary here, and that's great because I think Castellanos' days are behind him. We brought him in for 1 season. I gave him 2 seasons so I could trade him like this. He actually had the worst season he's had in a little while, but he was still amazing. I mean, amazing for us. DHing, 2.1 more, over 100 runs created again, another time in his career where he's just going to make 100 runs created. So anyway, Nick Castellanos and D'Angelo Franklin for Cody Whitley and Darren Hale. There we go. Thank you, Seattle. They have so much in budget, so they were willing to take on a guy like, Castellanos. Good God, sorry. It's been a long day so far for me, but that won't stop me here. We have exclusive free agents to negotiate with. Jesus Sanchez, kind of want to bring him back. Probably. Let's take a look at the roster real quick. The outfield, like I said, is looking like Jesus Sanchez right now, who is a great fielder, but he is also dropping off. Depending on what he wants, we might bring him back. I may let him walk and hit free agency because, again, we got Corbin Carroll, who I think he's a great fielder, right? Which would allow Alex Verdugo maybe to play in right because he's not as good of a fielder. He's got the better arm, though, so I don't know. Toss up there. And then Mac Denton can be the guy on the bench using guys that we've drafted. He's already 27, right? And he's starting to play a bit more in the majors. We still have Freddie Thompson, who's going to ask for probably a lot of money. So I think, depending on Jesus Sanchez's contract ask, we could look at him walking. JP Crawford is not going to come back. He is way too good for us to bring him back. I could give him a 4-year deal, make him $11 million. I don't think I can afford $11 million. Jesus Sanchez wants like $10 million a season. I think that's a little bit too rich for our blood. Obviously, we have $15 million available after bringing back Bobby Witt and Spencer Torkelson. Actually, one of the things I did mention at the end of the last episode was potentially moving on from one of our guys here. David Peterson has been really good, but Zach Gallen's in the last year of his deal. Peterson's been the better guy usually, so maybe we move on from Gallen. Package like Gallen and Wicks or something like that. Gallen and Wicks, and see if we can just get a stud starting pitcher, like a 90 plus overall starting pitcher. So let's go ahead and trade block. Anybody? Ooh, actually, there's some pretty good players on the trade block. I'm not even gonna lie, Austin Hayes here is pretty good. Ketel Marte. Oh my God, Ketel Marte is amazing, but he's making $21 million. And then, there's some really good guys on the trade block, like Abraham Toro here. He's really solid. Third baseman making $7.2 million. I know he's 31, but he is playing close to home. So would he want to leave? I doubt it. But it wouldn't cost us much to move on. Obviously they want Bo Bichette. That's clear. But Zach Gallen, and then plus, right? Zach Gallen plus is what we would be looking at here. Michael Busch is obviously our guy at second base, but Peterson actually has less value than Gallen, which is surprising to me. The multi-time All-Star, and I believe, did he win the Cy Young? I can't even remember. Oh my God, let's go take a look before I make myself look even more like, oh, I can't look at it right now. That's cool, but that's okay. What I wanted to do was player search, a starting pitcher whose overall is a minimum of a 90, right? We're upgrading a bit, right? Trevor Rogers, Jack Flaherty, Julio Urias, Casey Mize, yeah, 13, 26, 23, 25. Wow. Luis Severino is making 30. Dylan Cease is making 19.5. Jose Barrios, 25, 21, and 33. Holy smokes. That is a ridiculous amount of money. And I'm going to get rid of Gallen, who's making 11, and I'm packaging him with another guy that's not making anything, right? I don't think that's very smart. So I'm not going to do that. Jose Ruiz, though. How good was Jose Ruiz? Was he good for us? 72 innings pitched. 4.46 is not great, but a 0.7 more is not bad. Okay, his FIP was sub 4, right? So I'd say he got unlucky. How much does he want? He's going to want 3.7. He's $4 million. I think I'm going to pass on that. Tyler Rogers is declining. The drop-off is here. I'm going to move on from him. Richard Blyler, again, I'm going to move on from him as well. We're going to save that $15 million because I believe there are more players that are expired. Options 3. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. A contract. Sort by contract. I wonder if it'll go best overall next. Please? Bobby, yes, it does. Awesome. Bobby Witt, Torkelson. We're letting Chisholm, Crawford, Sanchez maybe walk, but then we got to re-sign Freddie Thompson, Tyler Soderstrom, Jordan Wicks. These guys, I believe, are arbitration eligible, I would have to guess. Graham McLeod can come back. Jose Ruiz, like I said, we're going to let go, but Cade Cavalli could come back. Cade Cavalli doesn't have a contract, so I can't move. I was like, maybe I'll move on from him. But I don't think Freddie Thompson will cost me that much. I think, let's take a look here. Roster, right fielders. Nope. I moved him to the left. That's right. Oh my God, just push Y. Yeah, he's renewable, which is going to be massive for us. So maybe I could bring back Jesus Sanchez, but is that the smartest use? Right? Because we're going to, we got our starting pitchers, right? Gallen, Peterson, Hoagland, Nelson, Rodriguez, Wicks. I mean, I guess I could move on from, one of these guys. Great. I mean, yeah, wow. We have a ridiculous amount of starting pitchers. A guy like Ray Delgaudio, if I wanted to move on from somebody, it would probably be Wicks. He's a lefty, though, so that kind of gives him a little bit of a boost in my mind. And then these two guys are obviously on a very, very cheap deal. Tyler Glasnow needs to go. Tyler Glasnow is making $9.3 million for 2 more seasons. Do we have a market for Tyler Glasnow? All right, Tyler Glasnow. Wow. Whoa. We have a big market. Pete? Bring in Polar Bear Pete from the Baltimore Orioles. That's a sentence I never thought I don't think anybody will ever say that sentence ever again. But we could bring in Anthony Santander, who they are very interested, and we could shed $5 million. I wonder what kind of prospects, what kind of value we're looking at. The Tigers still want to shed that closing pitcher. We're not looking at too good of a option here. Again, obviously it's a prospect laden trade because that's what I asked for. But let's see. No. Let's just see all trades. What do we got? We got a left fielder, Raimel Tapia. I kind of like that deal from the Mets, Eric Lauer and Alex Vesia. We're shedding a little bit of salary. It's not a ton of salary. Again, I like the prospect idea. I guess we could see, maybe an A. We're probably not going to get an A potential, but like Enrique Cairo from the Red Sox, they feel like they should be getting more value. I mean, that's fine. But like a prospect like that, somebody who is maybe a year or two removed or away, I should say, not removed, but the Yankees really have nobody under contract. Actually, I think, you know what? Is there anybody here with the exclusive negotiations? Jesus Sanchez, maybe I want to bring him back, right? Jazz Chisholm, we've got Michael Busch, JP Crawford, we've got, other guys to play backup infielder. He was great, especially when we had the injuries this season. Obviously Michael Busch will play here. And then at shortstop, we've got Robert Poisson, who I think is going to definitely get his shot now. Or we could move on from Poisson and see what Crawford wants. I believe it was like 11 million. We definitely obviously don't have the budget for that. Nelson Kim could also play, but we also have a couple good outfielders. Exclusive negotiations with JP Crawford, make an offer. Yeah, again, he's going to want 11, 12 million a year, 10 million a year. Jazz Chisholm is going to want 13 a year. And then obviously we know Jesus Sanchez wants more of that 10 million a year, which I don't mind, to be 100% honest. Like, he's good, right? He's a very good fielder. How was he for us this season? He had a 3.1 WAR. That was the best WAR of his career. 12% walk percentage is kind of ridiculous, isn't it? 75 runs created, which is really good. Only 2 errors. OPS of 771. That's pretty good. Batting average of 250. Like to see that go up a little bit, but he walked a ton. A ton. This he just got on base, but he did severely drop off against lefties. I don't know. Is he worth 10 million at 30 for like 3-4 years? I'm not sure. And I could make a trade maybe for Poisson. He's probably a guy that teams would want, although he's really my backup option now. Like, he's my backup infield option. Yeah, I'm not moving on from Poisson. I think, obviously the Glasnow trade has to happen at some point, but I might wait until teams have more guys under contract, although they don't have a tendency to move those guys right away. Wow, our team is really, really good. Alex Verdugo, is he somebody I would like to move on from? He's making $19.5 million. He had a ridiculous season, 7.0 WAR. I believe, he was up at the top of the league in WAR. His power against lefties dropped off a tiny bit, and his discipline dropped off a bit. But like $19.5 million is what he's worth. Freddie Thompson is going to ask for something probably close. Yeah, I'm just sweating all the contracts we have to hand out now, guys. Ryan Weathers is making 3.1, but that's fine. Grayson, yep, he's fine. Poisson, he's a bench player for us. Glasnow obviously sticks out as a sore thumb. Really glad I picked up Cody Whitley now. That looks like a better trade piece, especially for shedding Castellanos' salary. These guys down here, okay. So really, the only guy that I'd like to move on from is probably Glasnow, and that's really it. That's really the only guy I'm moving on from. So how many days do we have? Okay, so free agency's in 6 days. So we do have to hire a hitting coach, and I would like to get somebody who doesn't ruin our clutch. I'd like a coach that helps us in the clutch. Drag bunting, power, +2 contact, plate vision, drag bunting, clutch. I'd rather batting clutch. This is going to come out of our budget, which is unfortunate. And we need to hire a first base coach here as well. Maybe we just go for somebody with a B who doesn't have anything that -3 arm strength is pretty not good. +1 speed, +2 fielding. I know he's a A, but he wants, I can give him $3 million a year. That's fine by me. All right. 3.05 a season. That's not going to hurt us at all. And I think I'll make that trade now because we got 6 days. And if anybody resigns, I kind of want the money to make a move and do something, right? So we'll go ahead and flip Glasnow for something like some youngish prospect. I really kind of like that look of the guy from the Red Sox. I really did. The Red Sox, they had, where was he? He was behind Matt Olson. He was down here. Enrique Cairo. He's 25. He's got terrible hits per 9, though. And he starts six quality starts. Look at him in 15. He probably wasn't very good, but he's under team control. He's only 25. They want a little bit, they want a sweetener, right? Let's go to the Braves. I know the Braves were woeful, so maybe they got somebody they want to give up. Nestor Cortez, incredibly cheap left-hander. He's only making $700,000 for 3 seasons. ZRA, not good. WAR was meh, and he didn't really pitch well. He's kind of bounced around. Maybe not the guy I would like to go after. But looking down here, they don't really have anybody else signed? Question mark? Yeah, no, they don't. They don't have anybody else signed, really. Cortez is not a bad option, though. Let's take what teams want him? Let's see. Miami wants him. The Mets want him. Miami and the Mets. Miami and the Mets are the most interested. So here we are on Miami. Max Meyer. Obviously, we're not going to get him. He's 29, so I don't think that A potential is ever going to be a thing. Sorry, I was just totally like, yeah, that's not going to work. And I was very dismissive of it. So Shame on me for not believing enough in that I can fleece the computer, because I'm not a computer. Yuri Perez, I mean, he's really good, but again, we don't have a spot for him. We put him in the minors probably, and he's on the last year of his deal. They would want a little bit more. We would probably just throw in this trade would, so they can't do anything but a 1-for-1, or I mean, shipping off more players, right? They could do that, but Max Meyer will go to the Mets. We were so close to the Mets. I went the wrong way. There we go. Oh my God. They have Shohei on 38. Oh my God. That is going to be such a bad contract so soon. Actually, Luis Ponce. That's a great DH. That's a great DH. Look at his OPS. If you want a little bit more value, they would take Lee Yeah, I'll just throw in a sweetener of Lee Rodriguez. Sure. I'll give you Phil Thompson. Yeah, there you go. Prospect, 24-year-old. I don't know how they rate him. I don't rate him highly, but who knows? The Mets might really like a guy like Phil Thompson. But Luis Ponce, I mean, he's that Pablo Mora replacement, right? Especially against righties. He can DH if we need him to. He can play first, third, or right from Puerto Rico. He bats, switch, hitting, making $700,000. That seems like an absolute win to me. Feels like a really good trade. I feel like I found the best guy here. Plus, we're shedding $8.5 million. We're gonna have $77 million in the budget. There we go. All right. So we're able to make that trade with the Mets, and I'm very, very happy with it. Okay, so Chisholm, Crawford, we're both letting those guys walk there. Chisholm's replaced by Bush. Crawford, we're just gonna let Poisson step up in there. We'll probably find a cheap other guy, maybe somebody from the system or somebody from free agency. But we now have $23 million in available budget, and I would like to bring back Jesus Sanchez. 5 years for him is fine. Although, hold on. One thing I do want to check is our center fielders here. Corbin Carroll is making... he's expired. Corbin Carroll is expired. So Corbin Carroll could be a guy we let walk. He's a good fielder, but I'd rather spend money on Jesus Sanchez and call up a guy like Mac Denton. And then call back up Nelson Kim. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Or Daniel Reyna, excuse me. Daniel Reyna here is pretty solid. I don't really know who I would rather have. Daniel Reyna probably in the minors. We'll see, though. But if I can get Corbin Carroll back for a cheaper deal, I will. But I think, again, I just got to kind of keep my studs, right? We got Verdugo, Thompson, Sanchez in the outfield. We'll deal with the DH. It would cost 20. Yeah, no, we're going to just give him that offer. I don't mind 10.5 a year. And we still have $13 million in budget available, right? Jose Ruiz, could be a guy to use that budget on, right? Okay, so let's actually look at our bullpen roster, closing pitchers. I'm kind of giving up on the Lee Rodriguez as a closing pitcher. Karinchak, we've got him signed, right? Yeah, so I will go ahead and edit him. I'll just make him a closer instead of a reliever, just so that he goes, because he is our closer, right? So we'll have Weathers, Cody Whitley. Okay, so we won't have as many guys in the bullpen as I thought. Weathers, Whitley, Karinchak, McLeod, Rodriguez. That's actually not too bad, right? I'm fine calling up McLeod this season. He looks really, really good. So we'll obviously have a long reliever from our starters here. Jordan Wicks seems to be fitting that role very nicely. He's a renewable contract. Another great thing there. Obviously, we can't really move on. I guess I could move on from a Peterson or Gallen, but there's really nobody else quite as good who would be cheaper, right? If we do a player search, find a starting pitcher whose contract maximum salary is, we'll go 10 million, right? So if we moved up from Gallen, so that's technically cheaper than Gallen, and then overall minimum 89, right? Like, okay, maybe we'll downgrade to an 88. Alec, yeah, but see, the only guy is Tyler Skubal, or Tariq Skubal, Tyler, who we moved on from, by the way. I will add that we did let him walk in free agency. I guess we could bring him back. He's only making $9.4 million. That would be a 1-for-1 for Glass. That's actually not a bad idea. That would not be a bad idea. Jack Leiter here. Unfortunate for him that he's still in AAA, although it's probably injury related. The Tampa Bay affiliate. That's actually nice. I do appreciate how they do that. They don't expect him to know all the affiliates. But Tariq Skubal here, a lefty, could be a swing a move. Peterson for Skubal. He's an 89. That's basically 1-for-1. He's on a cheaper deal. Does that trade go through? He was on the Rangers. Let's go to the Texas Rangers. He was not on the Rangers. Frick, what team was he on? Scooble. What team were you on? The Cubs. I was close, guys. It was a really close. That was close. I'm gonna give myself that one. That was close enough for trying to rush through this. We would all again free up. So here we would free up 2 million and extend ourselves a little bit longer. I kind of like that deal. We'd probably have to throw in a sweetener, obviously. They'd be fine with Pedro Barreto. I'm not going to be too pressed giving him up. Zach Gallen has always been the lesser of our two starters. Peterson here is 32. He's been dominant. I mean, he's actually not... I don't know what I'm talking about. He's not been the lesser of the two starters. It's just that one season that Peterson won the Cy Young is like just entrenched in my brain. Yeah, if anything, I'd give up Peterson. And then do I still have to give up Pedro Barreto? Yeah, I do. Okay, so honestly, that's freeing up right there. Another 6 million. And we get Scooble, who's no slouch himself. Now his ERA has been... We'd bring him back. His ERA wasn't good in back-to-back season, but he did have a season of 2.85. He was unlucky last year too, so I think he bounced back. 3.51 whip is really good considering it's a extra run, earned here on the Cubs. He had 17 quality starts in his 33, so that's about 50%. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to move on from Peterson. He's 32. I mean, we're getting a year younger, but we're shedding 6 million in cap, and we're giving them a prospect as well. I'm going to do it. Offer the trade to the Cubs, and we now have 83 million in budget. Looking at the exclusive free agent negotiations, we now have 19, almost 20 million in budget. Jose Ruiz, instantly going to go, try and pay him some money. We'll give him 4 million a season. That sounds good to me. Bang. Awesome. And we still have another about 15 million to sign a guy like Freddie Thompson. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So we will go ahead, roster. That's great. I'm glad to have Tariq Skubal back. It's another lefty. I know Peterson's a lefty, so we got a lefty and lefty. That's awesome. Sim to free agency. That's beautiful. Maybe I just should have traded one of those guys. No, there we go. All right, so here we go. Who re-signed with us? I can't tell. All transactions go to the Athletics. Torkelson, Witt, Jesus, everybody decided to test free agents. That hurts, man. PS eligible 40 man. It's not there. Shoot. Okay, so who is not on the 40 man that probably should be on the 40 man? Graham McLeod 100% needs to be on the 40 man. Actually, unless he's not eligible for the Rule 5 draft. Look at that. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning from you. Appreciate you guys. He is eligible for the Rule 5 draft, so we're going to add him to the 40 man. Just look at that. Junior Enriquez is not available. Daniel Reyna is not available. Yuri Brel Angeles, yes. So Angeles is. We're going to add him to the 40 man. Danny Jimenez, probably, yes. Danny Jimenez, will add him to the 40 man. And I think that's 14. That's 35. I'm fine with that. There's nobody else that I'm really concerned about losing. I mean, Hedger's not available. Dwayne Loftus is not available. So I'm pretty fine with everything. So I'm not going to be too upset about it. But Giancarlo Franco, come on, man. Let's see. He is eligible. Oh, he's 23. He's 56. Nobody's picking up a 56 overall player to play in the majors for a full season. All right. Offer salary arbitration. Tyler Soderstrom, Corbin Carroll, Nelson Kim. Arbitration. Offer them arbitration. We'll just offer them 70,000. I did get a comment about arbitration, what I should offer them. So I think I might just offer them exactly, what it suggests. There we go. I'll offer him 2.5. That's great. And then Nelson Kim will offer him 500,000. And then what does Soderstrom want? We could get him back for two. So what was the arbitration? 70,000 in arbitration. I think I'll just go to arbitration. I think so. Corbin Carroll wants 4.3. Really? And I'm offering 2.5. I'm gonna test my luck there. Kim, yeah, no, I'm gonna test my luck with arbitration. I've never really let people walk to there. So we'll see. But 75 million in pending offers, tender contracts. Freddie, make an offer. Oh my goodness, he is renewable. Get him 2 years at 2.2 a year. I would, oh my God, I'm 100% doing the baseball's cracked. Baseball, man, that's brutal for these kids. 70,000 a year for Wicks? He's an 84 at 28. And I can still, oh my God. I'll do 120,000 a year. He wants 1.2 there. Yeah, no. So we'll do 2 years at 120,000 for being in the, sure. You rotate, sure. You'll be in the rotation. We'll see. Graham McLeod obviously is easy enough to renew. Cade Cavalli, we will just give him 2 years and renew it. That's easy enough. Really, I think after this, everybody important, no offense, Cade, or Julius Haffey and Junior Enriquez. Junior Enriquez might actually make it to the majors. This is a guy that I believe we drafted, and he's rapid on the base paths. But Alan Kane, obviously another guy. But honestly, I'm not too worried about this, guys. I'm going to bring back as many of these guys as I can. All right, so I believe everybody at the bottom end of the roster that I really want to bring back is going to come back on a solid deal. I mean, honestly, our available budget is still going to be about, what is that, 5 million? So, I mean, hopefully we don't get outbid for a guy like Torkelson or Bobby Witt, because then that would be really unfortunate. But you guys can see these are guys that signed. Stoked about that. But here we go. Here are our offers. I can walk it up day by day, too. I'm worried about losing Bobby Witt. His power against lefties absolutely plummeted, but he slugged over 500 last season. I'm hoping to bring everybody back. So, all right. So yeah, third baseman obviously aren't looking great, but it is what it is. Same thing with the right fielders because Jesus Sanchez, but Freddie Thompson should be back. And there we go. So we have selected the 40-man roster. So we will. Jose Alvarado goes to the Guardians. Wow, that was quick. And Yohan Moncada. Wow. So they're making decisions early. O'Neal Cruz is a free agent. Let's go check him out. Let's see how he's doing in this universe. We're just having a conversation about him today. O'Neal Cruz, ridiculous. Like, it's just gross. So good. Obviously, playing in Colorado is going to help it. But he's 6'7", 220. Great, just all-around hitter. How much money does he want? 16.6. I don't think I'm really going to move on. I can't believe J.P. Crawford's the #1 free agent for shortstops, and he was on our bench. Oh, we built that team for glory last year. It kills me, right? Anyway, we don't really have the money for a pure hitter, do we? Let's just take a look at potential $5 million batters. Maybe a first baseman, even. Like, obviously we got Torkelson, but there's Muncy here. Muncy is, how old is Muncy? He's 37. He's still great power wise, but he's looking for $8 million. I don't have $8 million to give. Bradley's being offered Miguel Sano. These guys are the big hitters. Obviously a guy like Frank Schwindel. Drop off massively against lefties last year, and he's 35. How much is he actually looking for? He's looking for about 3.6. I could do that. Bring back Trey Mancini. No thanks. Been there, done that. Second baseman, good hitting second baseman. Good luck finding one of those. If you do, call me because I'll trade for him. Look at that. Tim Castro is absolutely speedy as heck at 35, nonetheless. Guy's still massively fast on the base paths. Eugenio Suarez, the third baseman, the bomber, just hit him just such a sick walk-off the other night in real life. Anybody here that like really excites me? Edwin Rios, maybe? He's 33. I don't really want to give him $5 million. He's not got a lot of vision or contact against righties. Anthony Rendon, who's 37, is going to be dropping off. Patrick Wisdom, same thing, but he's coming. Oh my God, Vision 22, buddy, go get your eyes checked. Isaac Paredes, yeah, we're starting to get that territory where I just don't think we're gonna see many good bats. I really don't. Obviously, shortstop's probably not the best place to look for a DH. Highly doubt we're gonna find much power here. Obviously, Trevor Story here against lefties, he'd be great. Do we? I mean, what does he want? He wants $4 million for 2 years. It's not terrible. He's 35. Javi Baez, not bad, but again, we may have to look within the organization for Lamonte Wade Jr. Well, we're not gonna have to look inside the organization for him, but could be a guy that look at that. Schwarber, lefty contact, righty power. And he would cost a bit too much. That's a bit unfortunate because he was a guy that I was kind of excited about there for a second. Clint Frazier, another guy like that. Giancarlo Stanton still has the massive power. And he would like $4.3 million for 2 seasons. I mean, it's there. The stuff is there. We'll see. Eddie Rosario. Yes. I'm kind of just looking for like pure hitters. I don't care how they field at this point. Sam Hilliard here. He's going to ask for too much money, unfortunately. And then a guy like George Springer's not a bad option either. He's 38, though. I don't think he played last season, so that doesn't help his case much. I'm looking for, a solid hitter. Obviously, Jesus Sanchez coming back would be massive. Franmil Reyes is a great hitter, terrible fielder. So, like, we're getting fielding and everything there. Osvaldo Garcia, Jordan Luplow, Hunter Renfroe, Seth Brown, Michael Conforto, Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger is not a bad option here from Cali. Wow, does not want much money. So 75, I think Giancarlo Stanton would be more worth it, to be honest. I think that's the move. But we will wait. Let things shake out a little bit. Let's go to our free agency offers. Torkelson. Oh my God. Maybe we can cut the money down on Torkelson a bit. But Bobby Witt is going to re-sign, and Freddie Thompson is going to sign as well. Signing for $1.2 million. Cade Cavalli, Julius. Okay, so we're pretty good on those guys. But Spencer Torkelson, 5 years, 73. Oh my God. Maybe we will drop that quite a bit. Wait, we're offering him 3 years, $62 million. Wow. Damn, he wants so much less. Like, let's give him 3 years, $50 million. That's still more than... Look at that. We just freed ourselves up so much money, and as long as nobody overbids for us, now I can make a serious run at a DH again. That's actually really awesome. Sam Hilliard, looking at you. Some of these outfielders that are like near the top here. Kirillov, not really good against lefties. Not what I mean, he's got good contact against lefties, I should say. His OPS of 779 is okay. Obviously, Franmil Reyes getting offered by the Guardians. Teoscar Hernandez, a guy that I wanted previously. Really good OPS there. 70 power, 83 power. Kind of looking for a bit more power. Let's take a look here. Where is... Oh, I think... Was he in... Did they make him a center fielder? George Springer? No. Or did he sign? He might have signed... Oh, there he is. Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah. 87, 69. So against righties, he bombs. Against lefties, he's 38. From Cali, though. Teoscar Hernandez, 7. So it's 64, 70, 70, 83. 66, 82, 87, 69. So it's against lefties there. And the 49 vision versus Teoscar Hernandez is 47. Batting clutch here is 76. And Giancarlo Stanton's is 57. Discipline of 78, I should say, for Giancarlo Stanton. Vision of 49. Yeah, we talked about that. And then discipline. He's got more discipline. He may not be as clutch. I think it's 76 versus 57. I think a guy like Stanton, I mean, I don't know. He's gotten 20 plus home runs, now that he went to San Francisco. 797. He still was batting insane last season. His strikeout percentage was not great, but his 12.6%, I should say. Teoscar Hernandez hit 25 home runs in Toronto. OPS of above 800. Strikeout percentage was, I think isolated power of 268, but it was just a best year for him. He's usually around the 210. And Giancarlo Stanton was isolated power was a career low, so I think he might bounce back. I mean, his power against lefties I absolutely dropped off, but we'll see. He still created 74 runs nonetheless. He doubled basically so I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it 2 years. I'll give him 1 year at $5 million and see what he he loves it. Look, he loves it. We're close to home. He'll platoon. He'll platoon most likely. And there we go. We'll still have $6 million. So maybe we go look at another infielder. Rougned Odor. No, none of these guys. David Bodie. He's pretty well rounded. 34, born in Colorado. Luis Guillorme, third baseman here. Candelario could be Candelario. He can only play the corners. I'm looking for a guy that maybe can play in the middle of the infield. JP Crawford. Oh, come on. You know you want to come back on a really cheap deal, JP. You know you want to come back. But really, we should probably go after a guy like Taylor Walls, maybe. Ahmed Rosario might not be a bad option. Actually, I like the idea of Jorge Polanco. Like, I know. I brought him in way long ago, and he was awful. We got rid of him, and he got better. So Orlando Arcia is another option. Orlando Arcia might be a bit better. Actually, Jorge Polanco, what do you want? $8 million? Really? Wow. Okay, so maybe I'm overestimating how much, they would. Xander Bogaerts at 35. I know he's dropping off, but he can play second, third, and short. He'd come in to be a backup. Oh my God, $7 million? Man, shortstops make a ton of money. Trevor Story makes $4 million for a year. I would be fine with that. Yeah, Trevor Story making $4 million for a year, born in Texas, so we're not getting any benefit there. But maybe I go look at a second baseman. There's not really many. Like David Bodie wants 3.7. How is he compared to Trevor Story? His arm's not great, but he can play Bodie's the guy, 100%. He's 34. I'll sign him for a 3-year deal worth $4 million a season. Boom. $4 million a year there, and we will withdraw the offer from Trevor Story, who we were going to pay $4.5 to, and I mean, he can only play short, second, and third. I like the idea of Bodie, so we'll do that. And I think we should be okay. Soderstrom still needs to sign. Calendar, we'll just... Alex Kerr, yes, he's not accepted our offer. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Wow, we're still so good. Transactions is fine. Completed. Let's go ahead and coach contracts. There they are. We are looking for, what is it, the first base coach? The first base coach didn't accept our offer. Hitting coach, I'm pretty sure we still have a... Oh, it was the hitting coach. I think first base coach. Yeah, we're still good on Sammy Morris there. We're still his number one. Hitting coaches for hire, +1 power, +2 contact. Would love a little bit drag bunting. Yeah, +3 discipline, +2 vision, and +2 power. Let's make him an offer for sure. He may or may not accept that. We'll see, though. All right, first base coach. There we go. Just mentioned him. And then Alex Reyes going to the White Sox. Bobby Palmer has accepted. Yes, stop simulating. Free agency signed. Bobby Witt, Freddie Thompson, Wicks, Graham McLeod, Cavalli. Giancarlo Stanton signed, which is awesome. Spencer Torkelson, we're still the number one on him. Still the number one on Jesus Sanchez. Bodie, we're the only team to offer. And Jose Ruiz, we're also the only team to offer. So we're looking okay there. We just need to find a freaking hitting coach. Surprised the pull of Oakland is not getting these guys to come in. I'm surprised. Plate vision and bunting. I'm fine with bunting, but I'm not fine with vision. Clutch and bunting. Plate vision, no. Bunting and plate discipline for 3 contact. Drag bunting's not good enough. Bunting, no. Plate discipline, no. Plate vision, no. Oh God, that's a lot of negative. Plate vision, no. Plate vision -1 contact. Plate discipline and clutch, no thank you. Drag bunting and clutch, but for vision and contact. Bunting and clutch for drag bunting and power, no. But here we go. +3 clutch, 1 contact, 2 drag bunting is not exactly, what I was hoping for, but still a relatively cheap deal for Daisuke Walters. Really, is there anybody else -2 contact, bunting and drag bunting for power? Power and plate discipline? I don't really want to... Yeah, let's withdraw the offer from... I actually would... We know Kenji Nolan is here, though. We know he's there. We could use him, like, if we don't get our guy. Don't stop simulating. Will it just advance a day? Yes. All right. So we've offered salary arbitration to players, tender contracts. We're not too worried about these guys. I think I might actually want to bring... Actually, Danny Jimenez wanted way too much money for what I wanted to pay him as a minor leaguer, and JT Aruda, I want to say, had the same mentality. Yeah, he just doesn't want... Yeah, it's a lie. He's asking for, he's just lying to me at this point. So I will just offer some of these guys a bit more money and then bring these guys back just to fill out the depth in the org. All right, so there we go. Oh, okay, so we should be good to go. And yes, I offered salary arbitration to Soderstrom, Carroll, and Kim. Hopefully the arbitrator signs on our side. Lucas Sims gets traded for Ketel Marte. Good trade there. The White Sox wheeling and dealing this free agency. All right, and okay, so we'll keep going. Keibert Ruiz. Jazz Chisholm signs with the Dodgers for $11.3 million a year. Good for the Dodgers. Jose Ruiz did not accept our offer in free agency. Spencer Torkelson does sign, which is huge, and Jesus Sanchez and David Bodie. We might be able to reduce that, but we have $5 million now to go after maybe a relief pitcher. Oh, brother. Taylor Rogers. I mean, I guess we could bring him back. Is there a starter that we could pay? Obviously, we're not going to get any of these guys for cheap. These guys are all in the 70s for stamina as well. 68. Kyle Cody didn't pitch last season. Spencer Turnbull. Let's take a look at the relief pitchers. There's Matten here. Tejane Anthony. And those are really the only guys that I'd want to go after. Oh, wow. The velocity here looks great. I think Anthony looks pretty good. He's got good control. He's not got great stamina. His home runs, he doesn't. Yeah, let's do the stat comparison, see how they simulate. 103 pitches or innings pitched for Tejane Anthony. Holy smokes. 2.86 ERA, 1.1 WAR out of the pen. Good Lord. Phil Matten here also had what the heck? These guys had fantastic seasons. I mean, his ERA was better, but he pitched also more innings. I like Tejane Anthony. I'm gonna go for it. We'll give him 1 year, 4.2. Oh God, no. We'll give him 1 year at maybe 3.8. And we're now the number one on him, and we still have a little bit of money to play with, depending on how the arbitrator sides. Yes. Garrett Hampson gets traded. Taylor, oh, okay. And here we go. All right, so arbitration negotiations. Yeah, I'm just offering those. Trade talks. I can't believe our center fielder's not good. How are we 11th at center field? Verdugo is good, and we have Carroll as our backup. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, free agency offers. Bodie, nobody's offering him, and same thing with Tejane Anthony. We could maybe even knock that down a little bit, but we'll leave it. Shane Baz goes to the Rangers, so they load up now with Peterson and Baz. Lucas Patino goes to the Royals. Okay, all right. Daisuke Walters, yes, hitting. We finally have a hitting coach. That's great. Free agency, O'Neal Cruz and JP Crawford. You know you want to come back. You know you want to take a team-friendly deal to come back and not be a star. You know you don't want to be a star. I know you don't want to be a star. Nolan Arenado would be fantastic, but I just don't think I don't think we're going to be able to make that cap space happen. Jesse Winker obviously would be a great DH, but he wants a ton of money. Offers still look good here as far as the offers. We're still number one. They could pass us up, but why would you? Trade there with the Diamondbacks, Victor Robles. Okay, baseball winter meetings. And we got the Rule 5 draft here. Transactions, Orioles, Isabel. Bodie signed his contract, which is great. Nobody else did really. Okay, so we're still waiting on Tejane Anthony, Antone. So where are we picking here? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think. Do we not get a Rule 5 pick? That's okay. I didn't want one anyway. Oh, none of those guys look like our guys, and nobody's going to get picked again. Awesome. Rule 5 draft is over. Exit the draft. Nothing of note there. Anthony, still our only offer. Ooh, he wants to go to the White Sox more than he wants to come here. Okay, I'll give you $3.9 million. Boom, look at that. I'm glad I checked. What? Oh my God, he accepted less money to go to Chicago. I can't believe that. Where is he from? Is that closer to home for him? Because I know every player wants to play closer to home. No, it's a bit unrealistic. Relief pitchers, Tejane Anthony. He is from Texas, went to Chicago. I guess that's closer to home. Free agency though. So we now have $4 million in our offers is that for our coaches? Our 6.5. Oh no, that's for our arbitration negotiations. That's right. That's what that is for. So maybe a relief pitcher. Phil Matten we could still go after. Actually, I don't think we can, to be honest. Taylor Rogers. I feel like we had him at one point. I can't remember, but he's from Colorado. He's a lefty. Really solid all-arounder. 1 year at I'll give him 5.5. We don't have 5.5. I will give him what I can give him. And that would be $5 million. 1 year, $5 million. If you accept it, great. If not, oh well. All right, calendar. Jose Suarez, skip. Just O'Neal Cruz goes to the Twins. All right, free agency. Taylor Rogers is still out there. Yeah, we don't have the money to bring in anybody else. I think that's where I want to go. I think he's the best remaining pitcher that I could conceivably put in the bullpen. I mean, I could go after a guy like Robbie Ray. I mean, he's asking for 10. Spencer Turnbull, they're offering. Wow, he wants no money. How old is Spencer Turnbull? He's 35. I'd throw him in the bullpen. I don't like his Ks per 9 though. I think I'd rather go after like a Jordan Montgomery. Wow, that's no money. Jacob deGrom, go after him. I mean, I know he's aging, but Ryan Yarbrough could be a guy to go after. James Kaprelian, bring him back. Yeah, I think I'm going to withdraw that offer from Taylor Rogers and see if I can stick one of these aging guys in the pen and kind of prolong their career. I kind of like the Jordan Montgomery idea. He's 35, so 2 years at 6.6, really not going to fluster me much, and we'd still be under at 77 with beat potential. He's not going to drop off. He's got good, stamina, so he can be a good middle reliever for us. He's got good velocity, control. I don't know. I kind of like him. He's been good every year except for last year in Philly. He was a little bit worse, deservedly so. But I think they only used him in 7 games, right? So I don't know. I think Jordan Montgomery would be a good arm to throw in the bullpen as well. So Jordan Montgomery has accepted the Brewers offer. All right, Ryan Yarbrough throws lefty. Does he look okay? I think I kind of like Carlos Vargas better. Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's not too bad, but Robbie Ray wants a lot of money, right? Yeah, Robbie Ray still thinks he's Robbie Ray of old. Kevin Gausman, offer 5.3 for 2 seasons. He's way too old for that in my mind. The rest of these guys, I don't know if I really want to go reaching here. Taiwan Walker, he pitched a lot of innings. I think using him as a starter is the wrong way to use him, but he was pretty good in those starts. 4.14. Yeah, that's not bad. Eovaldi, I mean, these guys don't give up. These guys give up home runs. We can go after Kaprelian. We could go after DeGrom. He's 39. 1 season, go after DeGrom. I mean, but that's kind of just chasing a name at this point, right? He's better at home runs. Yeah, maybe. I think Eovaldi might be the move. Although he's better at walks, less good at hits, better at strikeouts. This guy may not make much of a difference, but I'd like to get it right. So we'll give him. How old is he? 38. Yeah, ooh, that's real close. How much does DeGrom want? 1 year at $6 million? No, thank you. Luis Castillo. Anybody else that really piques my interest? Not really. I'm going to say not really. Clevenger, maybe. With the walks and the home runs, though, looking low. Are any of these... Yeah, we do kind of need somebody else for the bullpen, don't we? Frankie Montas. He was always okay, right? He's pretty solid as a reliever. 1 year at 1.7. Yeah, he looks well-rounded enough to be a reliever. I'll bring him back. We'll withdraw the offer there. We'll keep ourselves a little bit of money to play with. You could even go after a guy like Hendricks or Hearn. Actually, I kind of like the way Hearn looks. He's, again, very well-rounded. So we can offer... Oh, he wants way too much money for too long. Sean Manaea. He's actually only 36, so 2 years. Here we go. Bring him back. Bringing all the old guns back. No, I don't think I can do that offer there. Would I rather have him or Frankie Montas? So we got 59-59, 60-62. That's pretty easy. 50-59, 60-62. Yeah, he's better at limiting base runners, I guess, as a reliever. But no, I kind of want somebody who gets outs. Rather have somebody who's going to get players out. A guy like, obviously, Clevenger here. But what is he asking for? He's asking for $5.8 million. Yeah, no thank you. All right, so we will go Frankie Montas. We could always go Sonny Gray. But the Ks per 9, though, on Spencer Strider's nice. Born in Ohio. Absolutely awful whip, though. He's never really simulated well, but I bet he's never tried it out of the bullpen. So we will bring in Frankie Montas as our guy. Jesse Winker goes to the Mets. Luis Rengifo goes to the Reds. Crochet goes to the the Brewers. Lutz and Webb go back to the Royals. That's a pretty solid trade for the Brewers, not going to lie. Brett Phillips. All right, so do we still have Frankie Montas? Still doesn't, of course. Let me guess. Somebody else is going to try and snatch him from us. Send him to our arbitration hearings in 40 days. Okay, I will fix the 40-man roster. So he must have signed. He definitely must have signed Frankie Montas. I don't know why I brought him in. I mean, I could just call up Julius Haffey. Or actually, you know what? Cade Cavalli's probably the guy to bring up for the bullpen, considering he's already 29 and he's probably done growing. Same thing with Enlo or Delgaudio. Yeah, I brought in Frankie Montas for the Mems. 40-man roster, though. We will take, we will take Jack. No, we'll take Delvin Granberg. Who's better? Willie Carter. Goodbye. Removed from the 40-man. There you go. All right, so he is now off the 40-man. Arbitration hearings. We have those in a few days. Let's just jump to those here. Get there quickly. Nolan Arenado goes to the Phillies, and there we go. Free. Are we at? Oh, did it just happen? Transactions pending. Diamondbacks played Matt Brash. Oh, here's Julio Rodriguez. No thanks. I'll pass. Transactions completed. Signed Frankie Montas. Where's the arbitration hearings? Because I know what center fielder Corbin Carroll, he hasn't gotten a hearing yet. All right, so renewable contracts, we don't have any. And okay, so calendar. Nelson Kim, the salary sided with us, so for $500,000. Oh, so they're just going to continue to on-go here. Tyler Soderstrom sided with Soderstrom. He's going to now get paid 1.4. That's really not that bad. Still cheaper than what he wanted. And they signed with Corbin Carroll 3.6. Okay, so take a look at free agency. Ooh, we're in a protected deficit. We have 3.34 in available budget, though, which is kind of confusing to me, but oh well. So we got those guys back. Corbin Carroll was probably unnecessary considering we have Mac Denton coming up, ready to go. We have Stanton as well, so maybe it was a mistake to keep Corbin Carroll, but I could always move him and see what we got in Mac Denton, but I would like to keep Mac Denton down for one more year. Corbin Carroll is a one-year deal as well. He's a great fielder. Let Mac Denton have one more season of growth, and we're now ready to get to spring training here. We have no renewable contracts, I believe. Taking a quick look. Yeah, no renewable contracts, so we will just sim to spring training. And there we go. We are now at spring training, ready to go here. Look at that team. Top 10 everywhere, but center field where we are 11th, but we had Verdugo, who got a ridiculous WAR last season of 7.0, but second in catcher, first in first base. I mean, let's take a look at it. First in overall, third in contact, third in power, second in pitching, fifth in defense, and 13th in speed. Is pretty darn good. Let's take a look at the depth chart, though. We've got Gallen, Hoglund, Rodriguez, Enlo, Cavalli, Scoobles in the bullpen. I was like, I know we just traded for him. There he is. Scooble is not going to be our relief pitcher this season. We got Adley Rutschman there at catcher. Torkelson will play first with Bush playing second here. Bobby Witt will play short again. Bichette in left. Bo Bichette at third. Freddie Thompson in left. Verdugo at center. And Jesus Sanchez at right. Oh, so they have Torkelson at right. Interesting. They have Jesus Sanchez probably as the DH and Torkelson out in right. Or Torkelson could even DH and keep Sanchez out in right. And then play Bush at first, where he played well last season. Play Bodie, who's solid. He doesn't have to be a backup. And then, Giancarlo Stanton is just kind of a reserve DH. I don't know. You guys let me know what I should do about all those positions, because I can show you that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, it's just empty, right? Bobby Witt not going to DH. Bobby Witt not there. There we go. Bobby Witt at short. Giancarlo Stanton at DH. And then Spencer Torkelson at first. Michael Bush at second. And in the outfield, we got Jesus Sanchez there. I kind of like that idea. Stanton's not good because his fielding is absolutely abysmal. So if I can keep him from being on the field ever by the AI, I'll take it. He's a great hitter, though. So especially against righties, we want him in the lineup like that. And that's why I'm paying him the $5 million I am, just basically to be here and hit. Ponce is another guy that I forgot we had. I forgot we just went out and acquired him from the Mets. So I don't know why I was so desperate. But he's definitely a really good bench piece. Pablo Mora is not going to be here. Soderstrom obviously can back up Rutschman. Bodie is going to be our reserve everything guy because he can play second, first, third, short, left, right. Only position he can't play is catcher and center field. So I'm very happy to have a guy like that on the bench. And then Poisson, again, can be that other guy, that fielder that can play backup shortstop for us. Corbin Carroll is that backup outfielder for us. And then everybody else is just kind of there. Mac Denton obviously going to be sent down. And then there's the pitchers. So I'm quite happy with the way things are looking here, guys. You let me know how you would structure things here, because I know how I'm planning on structuring it. Where is Skubal? There is Skubal. Cavalli, there we go. And we will do that. Gallen, Skubal, Hoagland, Enlow, and is it going to be Connie Nelson or is it going to be Jordan Wicks? Do we want another lefty in this rotation, or would we rather have... Actually, I kind of like the idea. There we go. Connie Nelson, the bullpen again. I just don't like his hits per nine is so abysmal that, like, yeah, he gives up home runs, but he lets him get good contact. Whereas Jordan Wicks is another lefty there. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. You guys let me know your thoughts, but I'm very happy. The bullpen looks pretty good. Weathers, Cavalli, Whitley, Nelson, Enlow, Rodriguez, Delgadio, Karinchak, all potential players for the bullpen. So I'm pretty excited about it. We look really good. On paper, things are looking great. There's one last look at the depth chart. If you guys want to know what I'm thinking off the get-go, you guys let me know where you would play players. I think Giancarlo Stanton kind of fits at DH. But there we go, guys. This is probably going to be the last season. Maybe we get a guy like Bo Bichette to stick around. He's making $20 million. He might want more than that. So we may have to find ourselves a new third baseman, but I think we can, especially with a guy like Bush, Torkelson, and then Bodie. Bodie, I think, he's a really quality second baseman. I think he's well-rounded. So you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. But that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
This a free for all, before we fall. This a free for all.